What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I help young professionals master their money so they can live their best life. Today we're talking about credit cards, and I'll be sharing my own personal story of how I got into over $5,000 in credit card debt, but more importantly, sharing my 5 strategies how to properly manage credit cards so that you don't end up with credit card debt either. Let's get started. Now that I know how to use credit cards properly, here's why I like them. Number one, it's very easy to use to make purchases, particularly online. And most credit card companies offer wicked fraud protection, which comes in handy when you make these online purchases. There's been a few odd times here and there where I've made large or odd payments online, and Amex has called me right away to verify those purchases. Number two, you can earn rewards points. In particular for me, Avios travel points with my BA credit card. To see how I use my travel rewards points and my credit card, check out this video I made right here. And number three, using your credit card correctly improves your credit score. But be warned, it's a double-edged sword. It can have the reverse effect. If you don't pay off your credit card, it'll actually bring down your credit score. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that I racked up quite a bit of credit card debt, $6,000 to be exact, on 2 different credit cards in Canada and then one here in the UK. And when I was living in the UK, I was still struggling to pay off the stuff that I owed in Canada and the one that I owed in the UK. And in total, it took me about 7 years to completely pay off all of my credit cards. And looking back, the reason that it took so long and why I piled on so much debt is because I genuinely didn't understand how to use credit cards at all. And here are the 5 key mistakes that I made and strategies that I developed to make sure that I never make them again. Number 1, spend below your means. When I was younger, I thought credit cards were essentially free money. All you had to do was swipe, tap, and bam, you could buy whatever you wanted. I never had any idea how much money I was actually spending or what my credit card balance was. I essentially just kept tapping until it got declined. If you take away one thing from this video, please let it be this. What you spend on your credit card every month should be within or below your monthly budget, and you have to track your expenses. Not knowing how much you're spending on your credit card or where your money is going is exactly how you end up with spiraling credit card debt. You should be able to pay off your credit card every single month in full. If you can't, it means that you are spending above your means. I'm not going to spend too much time here, as I already did a detailed video which you can check out right here, how to make the budgeting process painless. Number 2, stop paying the minimum. When you get your credit card statement, you'll see a row that says total credit card balance and a row that says minimum payment. The minimum payment is always a lot less than the total credit card balance that's due. Now, when I first started out using credit cards, I thought that the minimum payment meant that that was the minimum amount that you had to pay. Wrong. The wording is so misleading here. Here's actually what the minimum payment means. If you make the minimum payment, the credit card company will note that you've made a payment and will waive any late fees or penalty fees. However, they will also note that you have not paid the credit card balance in full that you owe them, so they're going to charge you interest on the remaining amount. Let's take a look at an example. Say you had £1,000 owed on your credit card and the minimum payment was £50. You pay the £50 on time, the credit card company will now charge you interest on the remaining £950 you owe them. Let's say your interest rate was 18% per year. The credit card company would add on £14 in interest. Now you owe them £964. This might not seem like a lot, but if you continue to make these minimum payments, this is how the interest can spiral out of control. Let's keep the same example going. You now have a balance of £964, and the next month you spend, say, £400. So at the end of this month, the credit card company sends you another statement saying that you owe them a total balance of £1,364, and the new minimum payment is £80. Once again, you pay them the £80 minimum, which means they will charge you interest on the remaining £1,284. At 18%, this time adding £19 interest, your new total is £1,303. You can see how quickly paying the minimum can cause your debt to start spiraling out of control. Now, I didn't follow this rule. The $6,000 in credit card debt that I had, I was super stupid and I made the minimum payment for so long, which is around $100 a month. If I had kept going and only made the minimum payments, it would have taken me 11 years to pay back, and I would have paid more interest than I actually owed in the first place. The key takeaway: pay your credit card balance off every single month, and this shouldn't be an issue if you follow step 1 and spend within your budget. So how do you ensure that you're paying off the full amount? You automate it by setting up a direct debit. You can arrange this with your bank that your full credit card statement gets paid off in full every single month on the due date. Which brings me to the third thing: pay your credit card off on time. If you pay your credit card past the due date, the companies will charge you a late fee, which is usually around £12, plus the outstanding interest that you owe. We're all busy on day-to-day things, and it's easy to forget. Trust me, I've been there 100 times. So here's a few things that I've tested that have worked really well for me. You can set up a monthly calendar reminder 3 business days before your credit card balance is due. The reason that I say 3 business days in advance is because you want to give yourself a bit of breathing room. Maybe there's a holiday or a long weekend to ensure that your payments definitely get processed on time. The last thing that you want to be doing is paying late fees because the bank didn't process your payment right away. Secondly, you can change your due date. It's hard to keep track of multiple due dates. The good thing is that you can call up your credit card company and change your due date, say to the day right after payday, or to match the due date of your other bills. That will help keep you organized. And finally, you can ask for forgiveness. If you have a good track record of paying your credit card company on time and you accidentally forget to make a payment one month, it's not a big deal. Call your credit card company up and ask for forgiveness. If you're a good loyal customer, they'll more than likely waive any late fees or interest payments. Number 4, stick to one credit card company. A big mistake that I made when I was younger is that I had multiple credit cards, and better yet, in different countries. Credit card companies send out a lot of advertising offering rewards to sign up for their services. I still get them regularly today, but be wary of these. Don't sign up to a credit card just to get £50 cash back. My advice would be to stick to one credit card, master it. It should be more than enough to cover your needs. And finally, number 5 is keep your credit card limit low. A higher credit card limit naturally leads to a desire to spend more money. Say you spend £700 a month on your credit card, your limit should be no more than $1,000. Keep in mind that if you do go over your agreed limit on your credit card, the company will charge you a fee. So you want a bit of a buffer. There's no need to have a $5,000 limit if you spend £700 a month. Keeping a low credit card limit means you protect yourself from disaster. If you have a $1,000 maximum, even if you do max it out, it's manageable. Not so much if you have 3 cards and $5,000 limit each. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you ring that bell. I'm dropping videos every Wednesday and you don't want to miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.